Hi, you're welcome back to this video. This is a continuation of the C# beginner series. If you are new here, kindly subscribe and click on the notification bell so that you are updated when a new video is dropped. Previously, we had looked at virtual and the abstract keywords in C#, and we saw that both of them were in regards to inheritance, and we saw the differences between the virtual and the abstract. Virtual being that it allows you to it makes it optional to override, while abstract enforces that you must override the implementation in the base class. Today we will look at the sealed type in C#. So let's get to it. So the sealed keyword, like the word itself denotes, that the class is sealed, it's closed. It basically means you cannot inherit from that class. That's basically what it means when it comes to C#, when it comes to, as it relates to C# rather. So if we go and look at an example, if we made this class to be sealed now, and we go ahead to see, we immediately see that first of all, it doesn't allow for virtual or abstract because this class must not be inherited from. So we find out that it means that if this will not be inherited, and we know that the virtual or abstract keywords are applicable because you want them to be overridden. So if I take care of this virtual, take care of this virtual, and take care of this abstract, and just give it we see that it doesn't throw any error anymore in this sealed class because it's saying that this is the final state of this class. Nobody else can come. So for example, new tutorial cannot cannot inherit from tutorial because tutorial is sealed, meaning that you can't touch it, you can't do anything with it, it's sealed. So that's basically the sealed keyword for a class. So let me just revert back because I want to. So this is what we had initially. So now let's say that we had, I will just create a small class here, sealed small class, and because, sorry, I didn't put the class keyword, and because this is sealed, it means whatever I do here is the final state. So if it just says an int, this is the final state. It means that I can't come and have it say another class an, just for example, and then we have the small class. This will not be allowed because the small class is sealed, it is closed. You are not allowed to do anything like modify that class again, because when you inherit from a class, you can change what happens within the class basically. Just like with another tutorial, see, we overrode whatever was in the base implementation and gave it our own implementation. But when we say it is sealed, it means you cannot inherit from it. So in case you go through a code base and you see something like sealed, you understand that in the context of a class, it means that it cannot be inherited from, basically. Now, so let's go back to slide and touch on the second part, that is when it relates to a method. So when it's used on a method, it means the method in question cannot be overridden in the child class. So, and it's important to know that this only happens in the context of multiple inheritance. So let me just show that with an example. So here we had tutorial class, that is an abstract class which we inherit from, and we overrode the implementation of the another show subject method. Now if I came and let's say this small class, so let me just take this off from sealed, and I could say this we inherit from new tutorial, and we see that is fine. So I could come here again and I could say public override avoid another subject, and you see it works fine. We're able to do that. It allows that. It doesn't throw the red squiggly line. This is just maybe saying that it simply inherits. So I just need to it's just saying that you are not doing anything different from the base. So if I just come and do just this, it knows that it's now different, and that's basically what that was. So we see here that it allows you to override, even though it was also, even though new tutorial overrode what was in the tutorial, the small class also can override what was implemented in the new tutorial, which is this. So if we call this, what we will see rather is going to be, it will write this before it will go ahead to do this. So if I take this away, it means it will just write this is it. Basically, that's what it will write. That's what we will see in this. So if I create a small class, this is what we will see there. So basically, that's what that implies. Now, if we made this sealed, you know, this is not the abstract class now. That's very important to note. So if we seal this particular one, you see it begins to throw an error here because we have told it at this point nobody else should be able to override you. The last person that should be able to override you, or override this method rather, another show subject, should be this particular class. Any other class that inherits from this should not be able to tamper with this implementation. So you find out that it's saying that cannot override this property because it is sealed. Just like with classes, that when we see the sealed means that it cannot be inherited. When we see the sealed on a method that's implementing an override, it's saying that it should no longer allow any other class that inherits from it to be able to override that particular method. And that is the sealed keyword in C#. I hope that this is clear, and I hope we had a good understanding, that we saw that when a class is sealed, then that class cannot be inherited from. But when a method is sealed, then that method cannot be overridden in a child class or any class that's trying to inherit from that new class. So that's basically it for this video. I hope it was clear, and I hope it was very explanatory. If we still have any question, please let's drop in the comment section, and I'll be there to answer as much as we can, and I'll see us again in the next video.